let's address the elephant in the room. You are a Mexican Jew.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Kind of. All right, well, I wanted to get into this. So
Oh, no.
I want you to know anything you say that I don't like, I can and most likely will excise from the program. So, be mindful of what you say, or don't be mindful, because I will sculpt your words to my liking.
Sculpting my words to your liking makes me a little concerned. I don't plan on saying anything that might need to be cut.
Just consider anything you say I can take out of context, place in any... If you utter any sort of slur or something that sounds like a slur, if you just give me the consonants to form a slur, and with AI now, I mean, come on.
That starting off strong.
Can make it look real.
Starting off strong.
Want to establish the power dynamic that you've unwillingly walked into.
I'm really trusting you here.
Yes, you are. I'm very powerful. This is my domain. It's all more of a, I'm really just referring to post-production stuff. You can leave right now if you want. You're not hostage.
Can I leave? Am I free to leave?
Am I being arrested? Am I being detained? No, this is all consensual. This is a consensual program. This is the Slime Zone. I'm Michael Kessler. You are Dirk Orozco. Is that right?
That's right.
Do you roll your R when you say it?
And you also have to add the and the phlegm at the beginning. Yep.
Right. Am I wrong to call you a Mexican Jew, or is that taboo to say?
I don't know. It's not. I'm more Mexican than anything.
Okay.
So
you're not a practicing Jew.
No.
But Judaism is in your heritage. Is that true?
Yeah.
Oh, mine as well. See, I don't call myself Jewish unless it's convenient.
Exactly.
Because I was raised Jewish, doing the Jewish stuff. But I also have, my ancestry is German. Very, by the books, that's what you expect, right? A lot of Jews used to live in Germany. It was a big thing back then, before the whole, Holocaust.
Before the whole thing.
Right.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be here if it weren't for the Holocaust, ironically, because my dad's mom, Oma on his side, that's German. That's how you know it's real. Her family was getting out of Dodge while the getting was good.
And then they got right over here, boom, Tennessee.
Actually, Kansas. Well, it was California. They went to California. Smart. And then she wound up in Kansas at some point. I don't know.
That's such an interesting journey, California to Kansas. Interestingly enough, my family also made a similar journey, California to Tennessee. And I don't really know what's so great about over here.
What's the deal? I don't know either. I don't know if she moved here and then met my Opa, or...
Is that how you say father? Grandfather?
Grandpa, yeah. My dad's dad. Oma and Opa. It's just German. That's just what we called them.
I had no idea. That's wild.
Is it wild?
I guess not, but I've known you for a while, and I don't think the Oma thing has never come up before.
I feel like a lot of people have ethnic terms for their grandparents that you wouldn't expect, just because they're of a completely different generation. But although ironically, neither of them spoke German. I mean, maybe a little bit, but my Oma was 4 when she moved here, and I don't know what my Opa, but yeah, whatever the case, they started clapping cheeks in Kansas City, and that's why, the rest is history, right? Think about that. Your grandparents clapping cheeks, pretty nice.
No.
Think about it. None of this would be here.
None of this
would exist.
Wow.
None of these cameras.
If my grandparents weren't clapping cheeks.
Goddamn right.
Wow.
The butterfly effect. Who knows?
That's a really good point.
Maybe Bernie Sanders would be president if your fucking grandparents didn't,
honestly,
do the
this
deed.
is their fault. Yeah.
I definitely blame them. I think everyone's a little bit complicit in the situation our nation is facing right now, because evidently every decision that's ever been made has been wrong for us to be. This is the timeline that we're in, and I think most people, when they're considering, is this the good timeline or the bad timeline? This feels like the bad one.
This is the worst one. I've heard, actually semi-recently, resurging, that there was an incident that happened 2016 in a zoo that really is what set out this whole bad timeline that we're on, the worst timeline, if you will.
In 2016, that was the divergence?
I think that was the year. Don't maybe fact check me on that.
2016 was a bad year. A lot of people feel that way.
It was a bad year.
Trump got elected in 2016.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Is that right?
That's right.
Maybe I have my years wrong, but I'm obviously I'm speaking of the Harambe thing.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
That's Harambe. Wow, that was you're saying that was a canon event?
Well, I'm not saying that so much as I'm presenting to you a theory that I've seen recently.
Okay, so it's out there. It's a theory.
It's like yeah. I mean, this is not my own general beliefs per se.
Okay,
but realistically, what I've seen multiple times. Oh boy.
Go on.
What I've seen multiple times on the tickety-tocketies, if you will.
If you will.
Is basically just like that is the incident that really set us down the shit timeline.
That just wasn't, so Harambe wasn't supposed to get shot.
Yeah, it was that kid.
That kid was supposed to get shot. Is that what you're saying?
Perhaps. Maybe I didn't watch it like 2 times speed, obviously, because I don't have that kind of attention span.
Are you referring to a YouTube video that you watch 2 times speed and you're kind of just hastily regurgitating?
A TikTok video.
A TikTok.
Yes.
You watch TikToks at 2 times speed?
Yes.
Do you actually?
Absolutely.
And they're like 5 seconds long in general?
Who has time for not watching it?
That is actually very interesting to me, because TikTok is already, like, everything about it is already designed to be as quick and attention, grabbing as possible, and it's still not enough for you.
No, sir.
2 times, like, you mean fully, not 150, not 1.5, 2x.
2x.
I can't even understand dialogue at 2x.
So most of them have subtitles now, which we love.
Right, that's the standard.
Yeah, like, it's accessibility, and I love that for those reasons. Mm-hmm. But also because I can't be bothered to watch it at normal speed because these people talk so slowly. Like, I don't care. Just tell me the one thing I want to know so I can swipe.
What's the rush, Life. What happened to smelling the roses?
Well, the problem is there's no roses for me to smell on TikTok. And so if I can get these TikToks out quickly enough, then I can go outside and smell the roses.
Okay. You say it like it's a job. Is TikTok an occupation for you? Is it a burden that you must get through?
Is it a burden? Absolutely. It's like consuming my whole life. Yeah. No, it's terrible.
Got it. So an addiction, vice, maybe.
Let's just say that I downloaded an app on my phone to count the number of times that I open TikTok in a day. This is not a joke.
Wait, that's not just the built-in app tracking thing?
I didn't know about that.
Are you serious? There's an app that it's called Screen Time. You don't have that?
I do, but I've never looked at it. It sends me a little update every week that says your screen time is up or down.
Instead of just tapping that, you download a whole nother third-party app?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right.
It does this thing where it like pops up and it says like, are you sure you want to go onto this app? It's like a mindfulness thing. It makes you wait 3 seconds and then it opens the app.
After you try and open it.
Yeah. So I click on it, it pulls up, and then it's like, just kidding. Are you sure you want to go on to this?
Another, are you sure?
Well, it's just the one. So like I tap the TikTok app, it opens up. And then this app switches places and says like, wait 3 seconds. And then it says, are you sure?
Oh my God.
And then you hit, yeah, I'm addicted. And then you move on through your life.
Wait, it doesn't actually say, yeah, you're...
No.
Because, I mean, it might as well. You've essentially installed like a phone nanny thing on your device.
Yeah.
Where that's crazy.
Do you want to know how bad it got?
Oh yeah, it sounds like a real problem.
So, honestly, like this does sound like a real problem. I've gotten a lot better about it. I would say in small part thanks to this app, which I no longer have on my TikTok. I had to move it to my Instagram for other reasons.
Oh, okay. So it's only monitoring your Instagram right now.
Correct.
TikTok is unhinged.
Yeah, because I realized like the Instagram was a bigger problem for me at the time. For various reasons. And I needed...
It's loaded.
Boy, is it.
I'm making inferences right now.
Yeah. For anxious reasons. And so I had to like put it on on Instagram so that I would like take a step back.
Right.
Yeah. So
Huh. Okay. This reminds me of a thing my brother installed on my laptop when I was a kid that would only let me use the internet for like 4 hours a day or something.
Ew.
It was called Net Nanny. He did it without my permission. No one asked him to do it either. He's
bullying you.
Well, you would think that. I mean, he was a bully, but I don't think he thought he was bullying me. I think he just felt like he's just trying to kind of control. I don't know. Complicated motives. He was bullying me. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah, because it seems like there's the one way that he's like, I really need to take care of my little brother, and like I'm gonna put this thing on and just really protect him, make sure he doesn't waste too much of his time. And then there's like the reality where he's like, got him, fucking nerd.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so I gave him my computer. It was this one computer I had to get for school when I was in middle school. And I could have done it all myself, but he offered, or my parents asked him to install all the stuff that I needed for school on there. And so he was doing me a favor essentially initially, but yeah, then I saw Net Nanny on there, and I never confronted him about it or anyone, obviously. It was very easy to circumnavigate. You just had to change the clock on the desktop. Like I would just set it back again, or set it to the next day. I would just keep changing the time on the computer. I'm pretty sure that's how I got around it. Or eventually, it was this piece of shit Dell laptop that like my school had like this laptop program, and everyone had to get this specific computer, which was garbage, and it cost $1,800 in 2006 or something.
That's a lot.
And it was a piece of shit. Again, I cannot reiterate enough. Like 1 gigabyte of RAM, maybe 512 megabytes. Like even at the time, that was very little. 60 gigabyte hard drive, shitty Intel, Core 2 processor, all very, very basic stuff and extremely prone to failure. So the computer itself probably worth $600, but this insane warranty that they sold to this class of middle schoolers covered the rest. It literally cost $1,800, but you could literally, and this happened at my school, destroy the computer, like physically smash it against a wall, bring them to pieces, the loose debris of the computer, and they will give you a new one.
Whoa, okay.
Right? So, and that lasts for like 3 years.
You only got to do that 3 times to break even for your warranty.
True. Yeah, I guess so. If it's more important to me that I can physically hurl my computer across the room than it is to have a nice one, that makes sense. I just wanted a computer I could play video games on, but I wasn't allowed to get that. I needed the toddler computer. This is the equivalent of an iPad today. You know, how every preschool and elementary school, everyone gets iPads, and they got these life-proof cases on them. These shitty Dell laptops did not have life-proof cases, even without
life-proof warranty.
Yes, exactly. And I took great care of my shit. Never dropped it or anything. They would just crash all on their own. That computer
is terrible.
It crashed probably within the 3 years I spent in middle school. Probably crashed like 4 times. And so Net Nanny was only on there for a couple months before the whole fucking thing crashed.
Just like wipe the whole computer and start from the beginning.
I mean, yeah. There's this help desk that we had at school, which was really, computer repair stall. Basically, there's one adult who knew what he was doing, and some high school volunteers.
Did the one adult have like a really long ponytail?
No, actually not. He did not. He was a clean-cut dude. His name was David Atwood Blaine.
Crazy you remember his name. Even crazier, he didn't have a ponytail. I've not known a single one of these men like in my life that didn't have one of those ponytails.
Yeah, you would. It's not even a stereotype. That's just kind of comes with the territory.
It's a fact.
I saw a guy yesterday, leaving the grocery store, driving a piece of shit like 1999 minivan or something, sweatpants, greasy oil stained shirt,
Ew.
Grossly overweight. Grossly. None of that matters though. It was the hairstyle. It was that hairstyle, but like with very, late stage male pattern baldness where there was nothing left on top. It was just like the sides and the ponytail, almost like a samurai. You know how they would shave the top of their heads You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Like, but it was advanced beyond that. It was clearly not. He was not cosplaying as a samurai. This is. You've seen this before.
Yeah,
just
no doubt.
imagine the greasy ponytail you're picturing, but with no hair left on top.
Yeah.
And the question we're all asking is, why don't you just shave your head at that point?
I agree.
Who? I beg someone to speak up and tell me they think it's more attractive to have some of that hair left.
I beg you.
I would love a testimony because so many people choose to do it.
If you are attracted to men with that particular haircut, now's the time to speak up.
Yeah, leave a message in the comments. Seriously. I don't think anyone's into it, with the exception of, like, I'm into it on an ironic level. If I was trying to look as gross as possible just for the sake of comedy. Yeah, but I don't know. It's like, and it wasn't even total negligence either, because, like, he had put his hair, like, he'd grown it to a pretty considerable length, and he had done it up, in a ponytail or whatever, which, like, maybe you're unwilling to cut your hair, but you are fastidious enough to learn how to, do it to get it. I don't know. It just fascinates me.
I think in these instances, perhaps it's best to, like, just shave your head, just let it go, Speaking from experience myself, but if not, at least wash it. Like, keep it clean. It doesn't have to be greasy.
It's true. It's so easy to not be greasy. It really takes very little. But I don't know. What phobia would that be? Because this is me being, giving greasy headed folk the benefit of the doubt. Like, maybe you have a phobia.
Fear of water, perhaps?
Yeah.
Fear of soap?
Fear of soap. Is that a thing? Because soap is kind of weird conceptually.
Fear of smelling good?
That's the thing. But it's a fear of being too attractive.
Yep. That's it.
being clean and not greasy for most members of the opposite sex is like, that's a plus. Maybe the man was trying to, sort of lower his market value so as to not get mobbed in public.
Right. He's like trying to bring down, like, obviously there's so many individuals that he's into that are like aggressively coming after him. He's trying to make some space so he can have some me time. Like, I get it.
Right. It looked like a me time kind of day.
Yeah.
He's still wearing his pajamas.
He needs to practice Magic the Gathering, and he's got a lot of stuff he's got to work on.
I believe it.
And all these individuals that are trying to have sex with him, they keep coming.
Yeah, back off. It must be how like Ariana Grande feels.
It's probably devastating. Like, I'm just trying to sing my songs, and like
paparazzi up here trying to munch my clit. Sorry. I don't know what it's like to be a celebrity.
I'm pretty sure that's it, though. If
or
I was
a
guessing
woman.
Man,
if I was a guessing man, I would say Ariana Grande's main problem, day to day, is just keeping her, her clit unmunched. Who wants that, right?
Ew, gross. I guess.
Yeah, yucky.
Nasty.
Anyway,
let's
look at. Let me look at. Yeah, we're 20 minutes in.
Oh, hell yeah.
Let me look. We're
we did it, baby.
Third of the way there, baby. Let me pull up my Google Doc here. From what what I wrote here, first line of this document is Mexican Jew - what gives. I think we covered that.
Kind of, yeah. There's There's a juice that you can find in a lot of stores. If you go to the international aisle often, it's called Jumex.
Yeah.
That's all you need to know. Pop one of those, take a couple swigs. There you go.
That's good. Great. Yeah, I've seen that. I'm going to try that. Maybe we'll try it on the pod next time.
You get to know me a little better.
Speaking of getting to know you better, I also put a bunch of icebreakers on here because we've never met before, obviously.
Who the fuck are you?
We'll get to that.
Thank God.
I got all these off of ChatGPT, so didn't even read them. But why don't we crack into a few icebreakers?
Is this like the free version of ChatGPT?
No, I pay for ChatGPT. It's ChatGPT 4.
4?
It's the latest version.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. How do you feel now?
Scared, mostly.
Yeah, I'm fucking hardcore. All right. And here's what ChatGPT 4 provided me. Here are these cutting edge icebreaker questions. What is your go-to comfort food?
Wow. What is my go-to comfort food? I think honestly, it's probably
Gefilte fish.
That's exactly what I was gonna say.
Are you serious?
No.
Okay, because I was like very Jewish of you.
No, actually, I was gonna say like probably beans and rice, like or like in tortillas or something like that. But then also strong contender French fries.
Interesting.
Like depends on how depressed I am. I think
French fries. Do you like French fries in general, or French fries from like a specific place?
preferably crunchy in some way, but like it truly doesn't matter. Like I can walk. I like to walk. So sometimes I'll like walk to a place and be like, if they have French fries,
yeah,
that's my comfort food.
Interesting. See, I don't much care for French fries.
Just a snack.
I love potatoes. For me, it's really potato chips, which similar to French fries, just, you know, it's like a remix of French fries. They're flat and baked, or I don't know how you make potato chips, honestly.
That sounds right to me.
Both potato-based potatoes are comforting. That's why Irish folk are so relaxed all the time.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I've been saying that a lot, actually. I mean, you guys might not know that, but
It's like your catchphrase at this point.
it kind of is.
It's really fucking annoying.
Well, here we are.
But let's pull another one out of this list. If you could travel anywhere in the world right now, where would you go and why?
Okay. This is crazy. I have two answers to this, and I know that kind of defeats the purpose. But the first answer is one that I'm not going to say I didn't know this place existed until a week ago, but it was not on my like, this is a place I would ever care to go. And I found out a week ago, like I saw some pictures and I was like, this is now officially on like number 2 spot of the places out of the country I'd like to go.
Right.
And so I'm going to bring this to you. Croatia?
Croatia?
Yes, sir.
All right. That's
Beaches, mountains, cities.
you're describing this. It sounds like California. Croatia's got beaches and mountains
And cities.
and cities.
Yep.
I thought Croatia was just like a rocky wasteland, like Interstellar. One of those planets.
So this just like shows how ignorant I guess we are. But like up until a week ago, I was like, Croatia, what's there? Like nothing. And then I started seeing some pictures, and then I started looking into it a little bit more. Looks pretty cool.
Is that a Slavic country? Is that even in Europe? Where the fuck is Croatia?
That's a great question. Do you know where Italy is?
Yeah, it's it's on the lower part.
I believe it is on the other side of that like little sea that's in the middle, whose name I don't know.
The other side of the sea.
Yeah, so there's like a little boot, and then there's like Croatia.
Part of Europe.
I'm gonna be really, really, really embarrassed if like at the end I go home tonight and I pull it up and it's nowhere near that. But I'm so certain that's right.
I'm not going to check your work right now. I'm trying to stop. The thing about the internet, it takes the fun out of a lot of stuff like this because we can immediately check this right now.
I'm not gonna.
But I'm not going to do it. I'm going to resist the urge.
It's just going to be the thumbnail is a picture of me with a dunce hat, and it's like Croatia circled next to Italy.
I would think Croatia is like Eastern Europe, maybe, or like you could tell me it's in the Middle East, and I would just have to believe it because I don't fucking know.
Well, that was me.
I don't know what it looks like. I don't know what do they speak? Croatian? Is that a thing?
Yes, sir. Croatian. But they also speak a lot of English from what I've seen.
Okay.
So this is the answer to my question. So there's 2 answers, like I said. The first one is South Korea, because I'd really, really love to go to South Korea.
Oh, why South Korea?
I don't know, man. I have no clue. It just seems super cool.
Sure. I think Seoul or Seoul or however you say it. I would take a trip there, but also I've never been to Asia in general. I'd like to go to Tokyo, Hong Kong. I want to go to one of the smoggy cities.
I don't know about smoggy cities.
Maybe Nagasaki, less smoggy. I would like to
different kind of smog.
I'd be, for me, as uninformed as I am, I'd be pretty much equally interested. I'm sure someone could tell me why a Korea trip is better than a Japan trip or vice versa, or who goes to China these days?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So my thing about Korea is I really wanted to go just because it seemed cool. I like Korean food, which is not a good reason to go, but like
that's a great reason to go.
I've never been.
That's like half of vacation.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Like that's what I'll be doing mostly is eating, probably.
Yeah.
But like I've never been to any like countries in that area. No, like Asian countries. I don't know
Yeah.
anything about them, but South Korea seems really cool to me. And I know that they speak. There's like a good amount of English spoken in most of the like main cities.
Right.
But I have been trying to learn Korean a little bit in like anticipation of going to South Korea.
Oh, so yeah, you're manifesting right now. You're you're taking some steps.
Yeah, I like mostly like I don't want to speak. Not that I don't want to speak Korean fully, but like I want to be able to ask people like, "Where's the bathroom?" or like like just general getting around, light conversation before I go. That just seems like that would be cool.
Seems like a good idea.
Yeah,
Would you go solo?
I think I would have to because I don't know anybody who would go with me.
It ain't gonna be me.
Yeah, rude.
I'll tell you that right now.
First of all, rude.
I'm just kidding. I'll go to Korea. Okay.
Thank you.
I'll go to Korea. It's going on the record. But I'm not learning Korean.
That's okay.
I'm not gonna do it.
I'll be able to tell them hello at the very least.
That's a good start. That's enough to establish, you can endear them to you. Koreans love when you say hello to them. I've heard. So I've heard
hello
from anime and such.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I would probably go to where would I go right now is the question.
Like if you had to leave this second is the way that I took it in my mind.
Yeah, me too. Probably Secaucus, New Jersey. Because that's where Gracie and the 502s are right now.
Oh,
I know.
that's so sweet. Now, Secaucus?
Secaucus, New Jersey.
That's like I don't like the name of that place.
Oh, you've never heard of Secaucus?
Not even once.
It sucks. It's just a parking lot for more desirable parts of New York.
I've never been to New York.
You've never been to New York in your entire life?
No, I've not even been close.
Well,
Well, that's not true.
You've been traveling so much.
I know. I went to Baltimore and I saw a sign that was like New York, and I was like, "How long of a drive is that? Like, could I just pop up for the day? Because I've never been and I wanted to go.
Maryland,
really bad.
it's probably just a couple hours.
Yeah, I think it was like this could be wrong too, but I think it was like 3+ hours, and I was like, too much for my like day trip. But
That's a little far, but like,
Yeah.
just go to New York.
well, that was my thing. It's like, okay, I'm
It's
going to go
so-
to New York on a separate trip.
There's no other city like it. Not in the United States, anyway.
Everybody keeps telling me that.
Well, it's true. There's no other city like New York. It is
We'll see.
it's the oldest city.
We'll see.
Okay, yeah, we'll see.
I'm actually really excited to go. I just like full disclosure can't afford to right now.
Right.
So
yeah, you say stuff like that. I don't believe you in my heart of hearts, but I'm not going to press you on it. I
Fair.
feel like you're probably just being very, conservative with your finances.
I mean, I could like blow all my savings and go right now, but like
Shouldn't be blowing your savings.
seems irresponsible.
Okay, all right.
But there's bridges there that I would really like to see.
Oh, you're going to go for the bridges?
Yeah, actually, yeah.
It's a good reason to go.
Yeah, pretty good reason.
There's other cool stuff too. They got some good Korean food.
I believe that.
Yeah,
I would really like to try a chopped cheese.
a chopped cheese.
I-
Is that what it sounds like?
It's like I'm pretty sure it's a New York thing, right? Like you go to the bodega and you get a chopped cheese.
The bodega.
Honestly, like I love the idea of that. That sounds really cool to me as like a person who's never been to New York. And I
Right.
imagine there's like perhaps a New Yorker listening that's like pathetic. But like
Well, that is what they call them. I've never heard of chopped cheese before, though. I just picture cheese.
I think it's people are gonna hate this if I get this wrong because they're like, from what I understand, it's a big deal to them. But like, it's like kind of like a Philly cheesesteak in that way that like that's like it's like the meat and the cheese and the like bun and they like I don't know. They
Oh,
call
so
it
it's a
chopped cheese.
sandwich.
I think so. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, it sounds like it could be a thing. It's plausible.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet Spider-Man's had a chopped cheese before.
Or two, maybe.
First time I went to New York, all I could think of was Spider-Man. It was like, this is where Spider-Man lives. We even stayed in Queens, which is where Spider-Man lives.
Interesting. I'm so ignorant of New York. I thought that he lived in the Bronx.
Wrong.
Or is
That's being ignorant of Spider-Man.
Is that? Oh, okay. Is that maybe Miles Morales?
Makes more sense for Miles Morales, given he's black.
Wow.
That's just, the Bronx is a primarily black neighborhood. It always has been historically.
I mean, he's also Puerto Rican.
Oh, right. My bad.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
Now who's failing on their Spider-Man
Okay,
knowledge? Get God.
I'm going to cut this out. I'm going to
Cool.
cut out the last 45 minutes.
Probably a good idea.
I'm going to cut you out of the episode, actually.
Just a big flat square.
That'd be cool. I don't cut anything that I say. Instead, I cut you. I just replace you with ominous tones, and you're just like some fifth dimensional being.
I mean, it's honestly probably better because I've not been super funny. So
Yeah.
this might work out.
You are bombing right now.
Oof.
Anyway, no, you're doing great. Let me throw another icebreaker at you, and then
Excellent.
I have there's a third chapter to this episode before we wrap up.
Ooh, do I get to drink something or?
I know, that is kind of a thing on the slime zone. Not this time. I don't want to lead you on. I got no mystery beverage or food for you to eat.
Fuck.
But don't worry. We'll be doing more of that. The next the next food-based episode is going to involve Bryce, and you will be involved.
Is it? Should I? I'm not supposed to give it away.
We've talked about it a lot. The eggs thing.
Yeah, the eggs thing. You're going to lose again, and it's going to be embarrassing.
I think no matter what Bryce loses, he's got to fucking suck down 20 eggs.
That's it? I thought it was 36.
Oh, it's 2 dozen. No, it's 24. Did we up it to 36?
Perhaps I've just done that on accident.
Well,
but
maybe we should.
I thought it was 24 last time.
It was 24 last time. We should call. But okay, so it started as 24. Recap for literally anyone who's listening to this, he doesn't know what we're talking about. 5 years ago or so, bet our friend Bryce that he couldn't eat 2 dozen eggs because he insisted that he could. 24 eggs, I could eat that, no problem. And we were like, bullshit. And then we did it, and he ate the eggs, and it was disgusting.
He did it no problem.
He did it no problem. He didn't complain. He didn't even gag or throw up. He was just pounding whiskey or bourbon or whatever. And just like, more please.
And then he even specifically asked that we season them a little better.
His only complaint was that you...
Well, me?
Well, you were cooking the eggs.
Was I?
The whole time. I thought it was you cooking the eggs.
I don't think so.
He blames you. If it wasn't you, he thinks it was you. I'm pretty sure it was you.
I mean, I feel like I would have seasoned the eggs.
Evidently, in his memory, they were unseasoned plain eggs.
Well, they were unseasoned, but I didn't think I was the one doing that. Right? Like,
well, I mean, okay, look, no one asked you to season them. That's fair. No one expected Bryce to eat 24 eggs just out of principle.
I did.
You knew he could do it from the beginning?
Certainly.
I genuinely didn't think he would be able to do it.
That man can eat some eggs.
He sure can. And he's going to eat even more on the slime zone. And definitely can't do it before I redecorate this room. It needs to be full regalia.
That's perfect. It'll be like a good breaking in of the room.
I think that's a great idea, actually. Good inaugural episode for the new set.
We cook them. We let them sit and get cold and gross.
Yeah, maybe a couple days just out in room temperature.
It's not really what I meant, but okay. And then, well, I was really, I'm making a slight jab at you for the Coke thing they were flat.
Oh, sorry.
I'm still bitter.
We did.
But.
We all taste tested Cokes. Sorry.
No, it's fine.
That's just show business. All right. You got to pretend like it's carbonated. It's called acting sweaty.
Acting sweaty, or are you calling?
It's called acting, comma. Sweaty. I'm calling you sweetie, but spelled wrong.
Oh, that's lovely. It's called acting sweaty.
It's called acting sweaty. Well, acting sweaty is also a thing. In that when you have to act as if you are exasperated, and you got glycerin on you, which is fake sweat.
Ew.
You gotta act like you
use real sweat.
Well, sometimes you can't get sweaty. Take after take after take. Sometimes you need fake sweat.
Okay.
Get over it.
Get over it.
What's the best piece of advice you've ever received?
I don't know. That's an interesting question. I don't feel like I've gotten a lot of good advice in my life.
Yeah.
Which
You're
maybe
doing pretty poorly.
Fuck.
Could use some good advice.
Maybe that's a depressing answer, but like,
I mean, we all have received so much advice in so many departments in our life, like advice with relationships or career stuff. Like those are maybe the two main departments I feel like where I'm seeking advice. Mental health, from a therapist.
Wow. Okay, that's interesting because I have probably gotten. I would hope I'd have gotten some good advice from my therapist.
Paying good money for that advice.
Yeah, that's a tricky one. I really want to give you an answer, but I'm trying to think of like what it would be, and I don't know. Like, I can't think of any advice that anyone's given me, even bad advice. Like, right now,
I've received no assistance whatsoever.
I am fully blanking, but maybe in a more realistic way, like. This is just it. Like no help, no help the whole way.
Right. Wow. Talk about pulling yourself out from your bootstraps.
Self-made man.
You're a self-made man. You reject advice so as to not be influenced or benefited by it. That's cool though. That's cool. I respect the hell out of that, son.
Don't listen to anything anybody's ever told you because they're all wrong.
They sure are.
I think maybe the closest, like in a synopsis, maybe being told that I need to like not take things so personally. Which is like not a great thing to say.
That doesn't sound like a good thing to hear when you're being insulted.
Yeah.
Hey, don't take things so personally, little bitch.
Yeah, it does sound like maybe an insult, but
sensitive little twat.
I think it's like
I do think that's good advice.
Yeah,
but
like
got to be in the headspace to receive it.
Yeah, I think at the time that I was receiving it, I needed to take things a little less personally and just, kind of let things not everything is always so intentionally like mean or whatever it is.
Right.
Take things with a grain of salt, like step
back.
Yeah.
I think in terms of social anxiety, which is the thing that I used to have. I mean, everyone I still have social anxiety. I think everyone does, but not to the extent that I used to, which I wouldn't even describe as crippling. Just when I was a teenager in my early 20s. And eventually I realized nobody cares. And if I can even get people to care in the first place, I'm exceeding, I feel like most people are just trying to get people to care in the first place, one way or the other. That's why there's so much rage bait content on the internet, That's like any press is good press. That's kind of the same thing. I think, though, in general, like nobody fucking cares. No one's paying attention to me. If someone insults me, such as in the comment section of videos like this one,
you pieces of shit.
I do let it kind of wash over me in that like hate comments or shitty troll comments or whatever. I do let it wash over me because the truth is that person has stopped thinking about it already, barely any thought went into it to be disproportionately affected by like what would be an offhanded remark from a probable teenager scrolling through the Discover feed on TikTok, a place that is like designed to piss you off. Like you literally said earlier on this podcast, you don't want to be there in the first place. Correct. So if you see something that even remotely annoys you, you are primed and ready to just unleash the hatred in your heart. And that's the context in which these clips are being consumed.
That's very interesting, and I think that's true. So like when I'm scrolling through TikTok and I see something that makes me angry, usually what'll happen is I'll pull up the comments and I'll start typing, and then I'll be like, you know what? I don't need to. That's like next. I'm not going to engage with this. I'm a grown man, and sometimes, and I even started typing the message. So
there's a better use of your time.
You're right.
This isn't going to benefit that person anyway. So
I try not to make comments unless it's something that I think is like helpful or like worth commenting. Like if somebody's already said it 20 times, like why make the comment?
Right.
And I definitely wouldn't say anything like mean.
Yeah, I mean, what are you leaving constructive criticism on a podcast on a TikTok?
My TikTok messages just say, "I've seen better." Man, maybe if you like tilted the camera up a little, this would be watchable in any way.
Wow, you should really do something about your nose, like that kind of stuff.
Constructive stuff. Like
there are two reasons people leave hate comments because it's an outlet for their inner demons, the spite that lives in their soul and in their hearts. We all have it. Or it's just a open mic, basically, where everyone's just trying to outdo each other with jokes. It's just roast comedy. That's like half of what TikTok is, from at least based off of my feed, is just wannabe roast comics in the comments section.
Sometimes those are so good, though.
Oh, I agree. Oftentimes they're funnier than the video themselves.
So true.
But a lot of times it's not funny. It's just bullying. Sometimes it's just like on TikTok, I feel like my Instagram algorithm is tuned to my liking a little bit better than TikTok. So when I go on TikTok, it is almost guaranteed to upset me existentially or infuriate me in one way or another because it just feels stupider.
Do you think maybe you should reset your TikTok algorithm? Because mine on the most hand, like for the most part, on the most hand, what does that even mean?
It's not a phrase.
Mine for the most part will show me like things that I'm interested in. Like, oh, here, learn about this like type. Apparently, I'm really into like nature videos, like learning about animals.
Oh yeah,
and then various other things like that.
That sounds nice.
Yeah, it's kind of nice.
You're so addicted to nature videos, you had to put a limit on your on your TikTok time?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
It's not just nature videos, but like the problem is I'll watch a 5-minute nature video about a turtle and in 2 times speed, so it's 2 minutes 30 seconds.
Psychotic. Okay.
And then the other half of the discourse is like people
You're watching this
things.
turtle video, like, come on,
Let's fucking swim.
3x, 5x.
2x is as high as it goes. I've checked.
Good.
But
I've tried.
okay, so here's the thing. I use the 2x mainly for when somebody is talking. Like if I were listening to this podcast, 2x, because I just don't have that kind of time in my life. And if somebody's trying to make a point to me, like a lot of times, okay, so I play a fair amount of D&D, Dungeons and Dragons, for those who don't know.
Right.
And like that is inevitably on my TikTok feed a lot. And it's like, this guy's explaining what this monster does, but he's taking forever and a day.
Okay, but that's different though. I 2x speed videos, like YouTube videos about how to edit do a certain edit thing, or like when I'm trying to learn something.
Right.
I'll 2x speed, but like I'm watching Shogun on Hulu right now. I don't want to watch that at 2x speed to get it over with quicker. Turn a 60-minute show into 30 minutes.
That's so interesting.
What's the point? Like,
so you can enjoy it quicker.
Just I can enjoy it.
Give me more enjoyment.
Faster. I can get to the next show and the next.
That's interesting. So when you do you ever listen to audiobooks?
No, but if I did, I would not 2x speed it for sure.
Really?
Absolutely not.
I tried to do, so I do there's a little scrubber so you can decide the speed. And I try to get as close to 2x as possible where it's still understandable and comprehensible. You know, like I can only listen so fast.
Maybe you can listen faster than me. Yeah, I don't know. That's just not my bag, baby. I like to have more content, not less. I want to elongate things. I'll listen to it at half speed, so it sounds like they're drunk and slurring their words.
I just don't have the patience for that. It gets so like...
It's funny, though. It's a good time. Listen, I have to piss real quick.
Gross.
It's really bad. I got to go do that. But then we can get into our final segment.
Hell yeah.
It's going to be interesting.
Have fun. Welcome back.
I'll have you know, I pissed directly into my cupped hands and splashed it in my face.
Yum, yum, yum.
See this glow I have, this glisten?
Yeah.
That's fresh piss. But I'm very hydrated, so it's clear.
That's lovely.
It's like hyaluronic acid, same thing.
It's good for your skin.
Yeah, I know. Point out the obvious. Okay, so anyway, third segment. This is not an original idea, but I wasn't sure what we were going to talk about. I thought it could be interesting and fun for us to look at some Reddit "Am I the Asshole" posts.
I fucking love this idea. Hell yeah.
And give our valuable takes as two white men.
I'm actually really excited about this. As 2 white men,
yeah.
I really think
we have a unique perspective.
Yeah, exactly. Wow. Let's do it. That's so exciting.
I've curated a few that I thought might be good for us to discuss.
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
This first one, am I the asshole for breaking up with my fiance because she went to her ex's birthday party? I, 27 male, have been in a relationship with my girlfriend, 26 female, for 6 years, and we officially got engaged last month. Our relationship was pretty great, but the only argument we occasionally had was her friendship with her ex, 27 male. They were friends from childhood and they even dated for a few years. I was never comfortable with how close they were, and she even considered him her best friend, which was really irritating because I was her boyfriend and I was supposed to be her best friend.
I have my answer already. It's great. Continue reading, please.
But I did not want to be controlling or control her friendships, so I never got in her way. But I did voice my displeasure. Her ex's birthday was a couple of weeks ago, and he only invited her and not me, and she really wanted to go. I was extremely unhappy and even voiced my concerns about it, but she told me she really wanted to be there at the party and promised me that she would, quote, treat me when she came back home. She also promised me that this was the last time she was ever going to hang out with him out of respect for my relationship, and especially since we were engaged. She promised that she would slowly cut off the friendship after that night. Well, at this point, I was extremely deflated and told her sure, but to come back home early. She was extremely happy when she came home from the birthday party a few hours later and even initiated sex, but I rejected it because I wasn't feeling great. Over the next week, we barely spoke, even though my fiance made a lot of attempts to communicate and apologize. She promised me that she would no longer be friends with him, and she apologized for going to the birthday party. By Sunday, I had made my decision after consulting one of my close friends, 26 male, and my two sisters, 25 female, 29 female. All three of them said she had disrespected me way too much and that I had to call it off before I actually married her. I informed my fiance of my decision and she immediately broke down in tears and kept apologizing. It did hurt me a lot when I saw her crying like that. I told her the truth, that I hadn't felt respected in the relationship and I just could not see myself marrying a person who had disrespected me so much throughout my entire relationship. Am I the asshole for breaking it with my fiance because she went to her ex's birthday party? You have your answer.
Yeah, I had my answer from the beginning.
And it didn't change?
It didn't change, no.
Okay, what is it?
I had there were a couple things he said that made me just be like, yep, you're the asshole. Yep. Now, granted, I
agree. Absolutely. I was afraid you were going to say she was the asshole.
No.
Because normally, I mean, any Am I the Asshole post, if you take it at face value, it's like, oh yeah, the other person's the asshole because it's loaded as fuck the way they write shit. But this is one where the author is clearly being the asshole here.
Yeah. I mean, there's like a lot of pretty obvious red flags in the author that I think are just super obvious. Like, for me, the language there is like, she disrespected me.
Yeah.
Like, I was like,
Oh, and then he went to his friend and his sisters, and they said that she disrespected me too.
Interesting word choice for them as well.
Such bullshit too.
But like my big thing here is like I can feel his insecurity through his messaging, like on this Am I the Asshole
Insecure
post.
as fuck.
Yeah.
And it's just like her having a male friend. She's like, well, they had dated for a few years before, whatever.
Yeah, but they're they've been best friends since childhood. Like, yeah, you're right. I'll cut him out of my life. Like, I mean, I don't know the details of their friendship or their relationships or whatever, but like, without any of that, it seems to me pretty obvious that he's insecure and he's being manipulative and like that. I mean, if you don't trust her, why are you with her?
Right.
You're gonna be with somebody for 6 years that you don't trust.
Some people just are just insecure, to their core. They're incapable of really trusting anyone. Like, they just don't have that because they're just too vulnerable, too sensitive. That's not, and so that's, I think that's a generous way of putting it. Like any Am I the Asshole post or any one-sided take of a dispute, like it's going to be loaded in his favor, and even still it paints her as this super apologetic and understanding and empathetic too. It's like, I'll never do it again, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I mean,
he's like, I had to break up with her, everyone was telling me to do it, I had no choice.
Yeah, it sounded to me like when he started it, before she even went to her like ex's birthday party or whatever, he was already like deeply insecure about it, and like he was thinking about ending the relationship anyway.
He said at the very end, she disrespected me throughout my entire relationship.
Whole thing.
Yeah, whole thing was just shit.
She was friends with another guy, and I was supposed to be her best friend.
I was supposed to be her sole, proprietor.
Yeah. It's like it seems like 20. He's 26.
26, 27 or something.
Sure, 27-ish. Like, it's a pretty immature take on it, like on a relationship in general. And they've been
Without a
together
doubt.
since they're 21. So, like, I guess that kind of makes sense.
Right, 6 years.
But, like,
They got engaged. Yeah, they were engaged.
yeah, it just, like, I think this is one of those things where he has a lot of growing to do. And,
Right.
like, unless he stops and sees that.
It definitely seems like it's a him problem,
Yeah.
like through and through.
And maybe, like, she could do a little bit of a better job of, like, standing up for herself.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he probably did her a favor by breaking up with her.
Yeah.
It sounds like this guy has got issues. He broke off his engagement.
6
Like,
years.
You don't do that because of this. Isn't like he
Yeah.
didn't cite anything else wrong with the relationship. He only talked about this guy. So to think that he broke it off because she's friends with this guy, just friends. It's not like he caught her cheating. You know?
That was going to be my thing, was like, if at the end of it he had been like, and after I told her blah blah blah, she was like, you're right, I slept with him, I'm sorry. Like, I'm like, dang, that sucks. Like, maybe you shouldn't be with somebody you don't trust anyway still, but like that would make me feel like, okay, at least there's something there. Like, he was insecure for a reason, but even then, like, just leave, dude.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, yeah, if you feel that insecure, well, I don't know. I honestly don't know how to help a person like that.
Me either.
And I don't want to. I would want to get away from them.
Yeah, like if I was the girl in the relationship, it's like, I think you may have maybe dodged a little bit of a bullet. And
Oh, for sure. Well, 6 years. Again, she was 20 when they started dating. Probably like one of her first boyfriends. She didn't fucking
yeah,
know any better.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I think it's weird though that both the sisters agreed. Like,
Well, this fucking guy, of course they agreed. He's not going to present the situation to them in a way where they can't agree. I mean, I don't know. Obviously, yes, you can still disagree with your sibling, but like,
Yeah.
he's going to tell it in a way.
or maybe
Also,
even
maybe
it's like,
sisters are just dumb cunts.
I never thought about it that way.
Consider
but
the
it's possible.
following: his sisters are. You remember that from what was it, Bill Nye or something?
Consider
Or
the following.
reading Rambo. I don't know.
The reading rainbow.
Consider the following,
His sisters.
like a textbook example thing.
Yeah. Maybe this is one of those things where his sisters are like, oh my gosh, you're a nightmare. You need to break up with this girl.
Yeah, maybe they were telling him what he wanted to hear to incense him to
Yeah.
save her from him.
That's wild.
Yeah. Well,
Dang.
that's pretty cut and dry, though. I think.
Yeah, he's an asshole.
He's an
Yeah,
asshole
yeah.
for sure.
Case closed.
Case closed. Not every day you get to close the case on a query like this. Okay, this next one's pretty good.
I'm
The-
having so much fun.
I can't wait to talk about this one. Am I the asshole for not dating submissive guys?
Excuse me? What the fuck? This is already so wild. Okay.
I am a relatively tall, muscular woman. I'm not a She-Hulk, but I definitely make the average mom uncomfortable with how I look. Now I'm picturing The Last of Us Part 2 vibes. I forget her name in the game, but she's just everyone. A lot of incels on the internet were shitting on this character in the game for being so ripped. And my response was, "It's the zombie apocalypse."
It's the zombie apocalypse. That's the most unrealistic thing. A woman with muscles. Yeah.
Why would a woman go to the gym?
I was like, you know what? They actually have a point. I said it as a joke at first, and now it's coming together because, like, where's she getting the protein in the apocalypse to support that kind of frame?
She literally in the game lives in a military compound. Like when you meet this character, she's like you walk past this huge fucking gym. Like it all makes sense.
Okay, I've not played that.
She's not a wastelander, so that's not really the critique. It's not like how is she ripped? It's unrealistic. No, it's totally realistic. It's a baseless critique of this character.
Okay, it's like an incel. Like women can't have muscles.
Yes,
Okay.
there's no other way to construe it besides just misogyny.
You hate it. You hate to see it.
I really do. It makes my blood boil because that game is a masterpiece.
I've not played the second one, so I'm actually not familiar with this girl you're talking about.
I won't tell you anything else
Thank goodness.
because I don't want to spoil anything for
Okay,
you. So I'm gonna
fair.
stop talking about it. Anyway, let me continue.
Sorry.
I'm a relatively tall, muscular woman. I'm not a She-Hulk, but I definitely make the average mom uncomfortable with how I look. Despite my physique, I'm not dominant in the bedroom. I don't like it at all. I've been in a long-term relationship with my boyfriend, and he ended up wanting me to tie him up, peg him, stuff like that. I found out I didn't like it at all. That was all he wanted. We broke up for other reasons. I tried going on online dates, but the first guy I talked to wanted me to peg him. He went sexual right away, and when I told him I wasn't comfortable with that, he told me I should look more feminine. I thought it was a one-off. However, when I talked to the rest of my matches, they admitted they were submissive. I took a break from dating. Recently, a friend of mine asked me out. I was interested, but I wanted to check. After our date, I asked if he considered himself submissive in the bedroom, and he confirmed yes. He wasn't sure if he wanted to get pegged, but he wanted a dominant woman. I told him that I'm not dominant or interested in those kinds of acts, so he probably shouldn't go on another date. He said I was being rude and unreasonable. I shouldn't filter out submissive guys because I'm muscular, and most guys don't like that. It's only submissive guys who do, so I should change my look or deal with it. I talked to other friends, and they had mixed opinions. Am I the asshole?
Wow. Wait, so the asshole's the person who's saying this is the woman, right?
Yes.
So okay. Is she the asshole for being muscular?
And-
No.
Yeah,
No.
obviously not. Well,
What?
Is she the asshole for being tall and muscular and
No.
not dominant?
Oh, yeah. And so this is the other thing. I guess I should have said like she can be tall and muscular and also not want to be dominant in the bedroom, and that's like doesn't make you an asshole.
Obviously,
Like,
everyone's entitled to their
Yeah.
sexual preferences. You don't choose what gets
Yeah.
gets your juices flowing. That if you don't like being dominant, you just
yeah.
you just don't.
that I think
As if to imply like, why would any woman go to the gym or be tall if she didn't like being dominant?
yeah.
That's not how that works.
Yeah, they seem fully separated to me.
Yeah.
But like that's crazy. Like I think if anybody's an asshole, it's that guy who was like, if you don't want to be dominant in the bedroom, stop being muscular. Like,
Yeah,
what
well,
do you mean?
that's the way she reported it. That's basically what he said.
Change your appearance.
He was like, either get more feminine, either
Yeah.
shorten up, lose those muscles, or start pegging guys. Those are your only options.
start pay. I think it was interesting. Like the first relationship, she like even tried it. So it's not like
She tried it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Give her a lot of credit. I mean, like, for anyone to try pegging
Yeah.
is a huge thing, I think.
that's a step. That's a step.
That's a step. Okay.
know.
You going out. What more can you do?
Yeah, she tried. Honestly, that's like she clearly cared about that guy.
I think so. Trying out something like that in the bedroom that you're not into to begin with, like trying it out, like that's as open-minded as you can expect a person to be.
Yeah. She seems lovely.
I think so too. I'd love her to peg me, but
Could
I'd
be
also
fun.
love to peg her. In theory,
Oh my.
conceptually, I don't have a dick, so
That does. Yeah, I mean, like they make strap-ons, like they make things for that. So
right. Well, that's why I'm pegging her.
Yeah.
with my peg dick.
fair enough.
Yeah, obviously, I am extremely, large and masculine and bulky.
Very obviously.
I am the picture of dominance, but I'm as sub as it gets.
I would say more than that. You're the picture of masculine energy,
Right, yes. I get that a lot.
but you say you're submissive.
Oh, yeah.
Me oh my.
I'm a twink on the inside. I'm a twink on the outside. I've been called a twink a couple
Yeah.
times. The Wheeler Walker Jr. crowd for sure sees the twink in me. I'm not a twink.
How does that make
First
you
off,
feel?
I'm not gay. But second off,
Why does this keep coming up?
I don't know.
It's okay.
Because people think I'm a twink, and I'm not. Even if I was gay, I don't think I'd be a twink, but who knows? Listen, I put on 40 pounds this year, not because I wanted to appear to be more dominant or masculine, but because I just wanted to. I started working out, and I was feeling good about the results. Feels great. Feel like I look good. I have more energy than I ever have. It's got nothing to do with the bedroom. And I feel like for a lot of people, those realms are not mutually exclusive.
Yeah.
People go to the gym for fucking related reasons, which
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'll be honest, I didn't track where this was going when you first started it. I was like, what the fuck is
Where
happening?
did you think I was going?
I have no idea. And then you started to back up to the gym, and I was like, oh, bet we're still talking about Am I the Asshole? I was so confused.
Yes.
But
Tying
yeah, no,
it
I
back.
agree.
Yeah, no. She sounds like a fit woman.
Yeah.
You know, I sympathize. Anyway,
That's wild.
yeah. Yeah, pretty, once again, case closed.
Yeah, she's not the asshole. Case closed. Bang.
She ain't. Let's do one more. Oh, Jesus. We've got 2 to pick from here.
Oh, hell yeah, brother.
Here, let me read them both to you, and then we'll
Okay, we'll pick.
pick. First one, am I the asshole for breaking it with my boyfriend because he regularly goes drinking with his female, quote, mother figure, parentheses, who he has sex with sometimes, and hides that he stays over until 6 a.m., quote, talking, lot going on there.
Wow.
The other one
Wow.
is, am I wrong in divorcing my wife because sex didn't improve after I took up more chores in childcare?
Oh my God. Oh my God. That one's like, they're both pretty wild. That last one is fucking insane. Like, I feel like the answer to that one is just easily like, yeah, you're the asshole. That was so quick.
Interesting.
But I need to hear the rest of it, I guess, to be really like fair. But like, just that sentence is insane.
It's good, right?
Like, she didn't fuck me more because I'm like cleaning
like,
up.
come on, baby, I mopped the floor.
I did the diapers, dude.
You said you put out if I did the dishes.
Oh wow. Some people just have really bad relationships,
That is true.
and it makes me kind of sad for them.
It's a sad thing.
Anyway.
We should have relationship class sometime.
Do you have a preference between the two?
Yeah, let's read the latter.
Okay.
It's more succinct, and
Sure.
I can tell
I already have
you've
opinions.
got opinions on it. All right. Am I wrong in divorcing my wife because sex didn't improve after I took up more chores and childcare? About a year ago, I talked to my wife about her declining sex life. She's a stay-at-home mom, and I admit that I was not very involved, and she did most of the childcare and household duties. I worked a lot sometimes, 18 hours a day, so I didn't have the energy. I tried to do more chores, but in a week, I realized it's not sustainable. My job was good on paper. I earned a lot, but there was no point killing myself in a bad job and not see my kids grow up. I found another job, a nice 9-to-5 with less pressure, but very steep pay cut. I was earning 50% less, so we downsized our house and created a tighter budget. I am now taking up a substantial chunk of childcare, and I have streamlined chores planning, so there is a lot of free time left. But sex didn't improve. There were a lot of empty promises, so I finally pushed for an answer. I asked her, why is she not putting in effort? She said she resents me for taking a lower paying job. She can't afford getting her nails done at her favorite shop. She has to live in a smaller house, etc., etc. Honestly, I don't regret taking a lower paying job. I am in better mental and physical health, so I won't go back to my old career. I realized that she was just bullshitting me. She never tried to improve the situation. She just made excuses. So she won't fuck me before because I worked a lot and I didn't have time, and she won't fuck me now because I have more time, but I am now working a lot to earn more money. I have decided on divorce. I don't think this marriage is salvageable.
Wow. I'm really glad we read that one,
Yeah.
because off the starting sentence, that guy sucks.
Well,
But
yeah.
as we've learned a little bit more details, and
Like he baits you into,
yeah, he did.
but then
he did.
the way the rest of the post is written,
Oh, he baited me. Yep.
yeah, it's like, am I the asshole because I, divorced my wife because she wouldn't suck my dick
balls.
after I chopped the lettuce? But that's not the full deal. What it sounds to me is just a deeply broken marriage.
I agree. Yeah. I this is a curious place for me to answer, because I think I'm gonna walk back my statement of like, yeah, he's obviously the asshole from earlier. Walk that back a little. But I think like these two deeply unhappy with each other. Very obvious.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. It seems like get the divorce is the right idea. I don't know the circumstances that got them to where they are. Like maybe at some point they were happy.
Right.
But
Well,
there's
most
like,
people are happy when they marry.
you would think that's actually not true, but you would think.
You don't think most people? You think the minority of people who are getting married are immediately
Okay, I will give you most people. Maybe it was like a little quick one.
maybe 60-40?
No, I would say it's probably less than that, but I think I was just
Less than that? What, 51-49?
No, I meant like probably 80-20 or
okay,
something.
80-20.
But
Yeah.
in my mind, when you said that, I was like, oh, everybody's happy when they're getting married. It's like, false.
Yeah, no. I
sorry.
would never say that.
I got a little aggressive.
Chill out, dude. This is the slime zone, bro.
Oh yeah, he's right. I'm wound up real tight. Anyway,
Yeah. I don't necessarily think either party has to be the asshole in this
Yeah.
situation. I guess he wants to fuck and she's not interested is the way he's putting it, so it's her fault. But I mean,
she doesn't necessarily owe you sex.
yeah, that's not a thing anymore. Used to be.
It used to be.
Used to be that your wife was your property.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. So unless you want to roll that back, unless that's what you're campaigning for, like she's not the asshole for not wanting to fuck.
Yeah.
If she doesn't want to fuck you at all, then you gotta fuck, which fair, and that's just irreconcilable. Divorce is probably
Yeah.
the best choice.
It seems like the main issue is a lack of communication. There's probably more issues than that, but like he was clearly unhappy for a really long time, and like
Right. He's working 18 hours a day.
18 hours a day is like, first of all, that's bullshit. There's no way.
Yeah. What is
18
it?
hours. There's 24 hours in a day, right, buddy?
Right.
Like-
yeah. No, he's clearly counting every minute he's not sleeping.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Like that just doesn't even make sense. Like 18 hours a day is a lot.
He said sometimes 18 hours a day, to be fair. I'm reading it now.
Oh, okay.
But his only point is that his wife said, she cited that as the reason why they weren't fucking as much because he didn't have time.
Maybe she thought it was.
Maybe she did think it was, but she finally realized, it's that I'm not attracted to him.
Yeah.
Although he's saying that now it's because he's unattractive to her because he's making less money and she's unhappy that she can't get her nails done at, quote, her favorite shop.
That's tough.
Yeah. Where's she got to go? Second favorite shop or Costco, maybe?
Costco? Do they do nails at Costco? I don't think so.
No, they don't.
Hmm.
Walmart, they do, though.
Do they really?
Some Walmarts, yeah.
Nice. Yeah, that's interesting. I don't know if I have an answer for like who the asshole is directly. I'm not sure if I would like give asshole status really to either of them.
Yeah.
But maybe a little bit to both
They're
of them.
probably both not great, to be honest.
Yeah,
Probably both not people who I would want to be partners with.
Yeah, I'll be honest. Like, this is one of those like relationships that makes me sad.
Yeah. Well, did they mention kids? I don't remember.
I didn't hear anything about kids.
Well, hopefully they don't have kids and they can just clean break.
Yeah, clean break.
That'd be good. I'm pro-divorce.
Oh,
I'll
I'm
say it.
Mega pro divorce.
I mean, divorces can be ugly,
Divorces are a good thing, though.
but yeah, I think they're a good thing. Before it used to be you just cut off your wife's head. That was it. You
Yeah.
just cut her head off. That's
Over
what
and
they did
over
in
again.
Japan anyway. Here,
Specifically in Japan?
I mean, yeah, in Japan you did a lot of head cutting off.
I didn't know that.
But globally, we have a history of just killing our spouses because they're our property.
Well, that's true.
It used to be.
Used to be.
Anyway, I'm never getting married.
Yeah, me either. It's fine.
All right. Well, I guess that's our episode, our pod, as they say on podcasts. That's our pod. Love pretending like people are watching this. They are. A few.
A few.
There's an elite club of people who watch the whole episode.
Elite.
Every now and then an episode will catch the algorithm and you get a couple hundred. The clips do well.
The clips?
Clips do great.
Clips.
Some of the clips do.
I'm afraid of the clips. I'm not going to lie.
You're afraid of the clips. You're afraid of what clips I might pull from this episode.
Could be anything, especially after that whole AI thing you mentioned where you're just going to like change what I said.
Uh-huh. I can really ruin you, so
Please don't.
that's all right. That's all right. It'll be fine. Thanks for joining us on the Slime Zone. And keep it wet. Keep it stinky, but aromatic in general. And yeah, squelch it up. You got anything to add?
Zibbly Doobop was... yeah, that was the one.
Zibbly doobop. You said that last time, didn't you?
I think it may have been very close, but yes.
We'll check the tapes.
probably-
Zibbly doobop. All right, we're done. See you next time.
Bye.